Let me know when you can see my screen.
Yes, we can.
Okay. Okay, so today we're actually going to be discussing visualizations in Excel. So I don't know how your last class was, but I hope you guys have like more knowledge about how to navigate using Excel. So um okay. Okay, so if like now we have this data and it is the African sales data. We have the country, the state, platform, advertising spend, and sales column. And I know if we want to like explore this data, we know how to go about it by like checking the quick statistics, exploratory data analysis, and come up with some questions you want to like analyze. So you know, the reason why data visualization is very important is because whenever you want to present your findings from a data to like a client, it's not usually very pleasing showing values. So when you show them something in a visualization form, it looks much more interesting. They're able to like understand the data more. So that's why as a data analyst you have to really work with data visualization tools. And I'm sure we know the data visualization tools. We have bar charts, pie charts, scatter plot, line graph, and all those. But then there are some times when we have like certain data we want to like analyze, but then we can't use some tools because it just doesn't like it's not the right tool to use. So we're going to look at how we can implement all these visualization tools to our data. So this is I came up with some questions that we're going to look at together. Let me just I'm coming. So like now when we look at this data now, we might want to look at the total sales by country. Which country generated the most sales in Africa? So we already know how to use pivot tables, and whenever you're using like visualization tools, you sometimes you also work with like pivot tables and all. So I'm just going to create another sheet and we're going to answer. Let me write it here. So, when we want to answer a question like this, we have to ask ourselves what is the right chart to use. So, we use bar charts when we want to compare quantities across different categories. Like now, we want to compare sales by country. So we want to see different we want to look at the different countries and the total sales they generate. So in this case, we're going to use a bar chart. And since we've talked about pivot tables before, we can also what we're going to do first of all is to insert our pivot table here. So can you see what I'm typing? I have to share my entire screen. So I think we've answered a similar question. I want somebody to say how we are meant to like look at the total sales by country using pivot table. Can anyone?
My
Okay.
hello. Said the what do you call the countries under the rules. The country, yes, under the rules.
Yes.
Then sales under the values.
Okay. Yeah. That's correct. And we can see that we have four unique countries here. So to we're going to use a bar chart here. What we're going to do is we're going to highlight this pivot table and go to insert. Then we can see different charts here. We have the column or bar chart, we have hierarchy chart, we have pie chart, scatter plots, line graph, combo chart, and all. So we're going to click on this here, and since we want to put it on a bar chart, we're just going to click on this clustered bar here. So you can see when you're exploring Excel, you have the information of what this particular tool is for. Like now, you can see here they wrote compare values across a few categories, and then here also we can see the reason why. Sorry. Oh, I don't think you guys are seeing. I need. Okay, maybe I should share my entire screen. I don't think you are seeing what I'm showing you. So this was what I was saying. Like they brought up sorry. So we can see what a clustered bar is used for when you select it and what the other tools are used for. But here we're just going to click on a clustered bar. And from this here we can see that South Africa generated the most sales from that data, followed by Nigeria, then this is 27 something and this is 28, so followed by Gambia. Also we can decide to like filter the country names here. We can search from Z to A, which is the largest to smallest. It might to sorry, okay. Oh, maybe I have to sort it here. Data,
Oh,
home, sort and filter. I can't do that. Okay. I think I'll come back to this later, Sha. But we can also select this tool here. It's called the chart styles. You can use it to like change the style of your chart. So when you select this, you can decide to go with this kind of chart or this here or anyone you like. And then you can decide to add your chart to remove some of the chart elements. Like if you don't want to add a title, you can just remove chart title, but then we have to always have a title because we have to like understand what a particular visualization is saying. Then you can also remove legend and add legend, and also you can see like the couple things you can do with if you just like explore Excel, you can see what this stuff is for. So next question is, how do sales vary by platform across different countries? So if you look at this data here, we have TV ads, social media, print paper as some some values of our platform column. So we want to see how the platform varies across different country. So I don't know if anybody understand that question, but you want to see, okay, in Zambia, which platform generates more sale? Is it the TV ads, social media, print paper, or okay, I think those are the only three we have. So we want to see the platform that generates more sales. So when we want to do something like this, we're going to use a column chart. So here I'm going to put my platform under columns, then my country under sales, under rows, and my sales under values. So, if you want to present something like this to a client, they won't really understand what this is saying. So that's why we have to visualize it so we can like explain the data more. So you just select this here and okay, click on insert, and we're going to choose this now, stacked column. So what does a stacked column do? It is used to compare part of a whole. So we know that the sales we have from a particular countries, like we use different platforms to generate those sales. So everything together generated a particular amount of money, and that's kind of like the part of a whole stuff they are trying to say. So we can say that in Nigeria, our social media platform, with our social media platform generated more money. And then here we can say the TV ads here did. So you can see here that we do not have like a title. Like I said earlier on, you can decide to add a title, access chat title here, and name it whatever you want, and just play with this chat element to. So I don't know if like anybody has a question for now, if everything is clear.
So I have a question, please.
Okay.
Okay, so at the point where you were from the pivot table,
Yeah.
where you were in state platform to filter legends or okay, how do you know where to put? I know for values, I know when it comes to money or numbers, value is fine. But how do you know when to put any other how will I say it? Is it that like platform? How will I know when to put it in legend or where to put country in access, things like that?
Oh, okay. So, like, the reason why we put our platform under Legend here is because um we want to see like what does social media, it's just like a column chart. I don't know if you know what a column chart is. A bar chart is horizontal, but then a column chart is vertical. So we're just drawing a column chart, but we just want to see like what does each platform generate, like what does on a single column though. So that's why we put platform under Legend. If you put it under Axis, it's just going to be it's not going to be a column chart in a way. It's just going to be very disorganized. So you see, we just have it like print paper. We have like, okay, let me zoom it. So we just have print paper, social media, TV ads one by one, and this is like very disorganized. You can't really you can explain it, but it's not. You can make it better. So we just add like print paper platform under Legend to show the different platform on a particular column. I don't know if you get it.
Yes, I do. Thank you.
Okay, you're welcome. So the next question we'll be answering is, how does advertising spend relate to sales across all countries? So we want to see like what's the correlation between advertising spend and sales. And if they ever ask you, or if you ever want to find like a relationship between a numerical variables, we always use a scatter plot. Between two variables, we use a scatter plot. So to find the relationship between advertising spend and sales, we're going to use a scatter plot. So if we see that our plot is kind of upwards, it tells us that, oh, whenever the higher amount we spend on advertisement, the more sales we generate. But then if we have like if our scatter plot looks downward in a way, it just tells us that the higher we spend, the lower sales we generate. So let me quickly answer that question here. looking for the design tab. Okay, I'll just select this and go to insert, and this is Cataplot here. So this is what a scatter plot does. It shows, sorry, to show relationship between set of values. So we're going to use this, and we can see, let me, so we can see that there's an upward relationship, which tells us that the the higher amount we spend on advertisements, the more sales we generate. So here, if we just like show anybody, they'll be like, what's actually happening here? What is on the x what is on the x axis and what is on the y axis? So you can come under like design here, come to this add chart element, and then you select axis titles. So we're going to add a primary horizontal title here, and then we're also going to come here and add a vertical axis. So we can now name it. So we always know that like sales is going to be on the y axis because that's like the variable that is changing. It's like the dependent variable, and dependent variable is usually on the y axis. So just you can just put like whatever title name you like, or maybe relationship. I think we can also decide to add a line of best fit and even look at the equation of the scatter plot. So what we'll do is we're going to select one of these dots and left click on it. Then you right click on it and select format data points, I think. Okay. Oh, add data labels. No. So you click on add trend line, and then it will bring out this option. Do you want to add an exponential trend line, a linear trend line, or any of this? Then we will select linear because we're trying to see the relationship between two variables. So this is, I don't think you can see it well, but this is our line. I think we can make it deeper. Then wait, you can see display equation on chart here and display r squared value. R squared value is used, like the value, it tells us the relationship between our data. So let's say it ranges from 0 to 1. So let's say your value is like very close to 1. It tells us that there's a strong relationship between our data. But if it's like minus, it tells us like there's a negative relationship. Which means when you say negative relationship, you're kind of saying your data looks like, instead of this line coming up, is actually going down. So our r squared value here is 0.8347. So that tells us that there is a strong correlation between sales and advertising spend. We can also decide to add the equation. Don't know. And this is the equation of our linear graph. Um, we all know like all those y equals mx plus c, where c is the intercept. So that means our graph doesn't actually start from the origin like we can see here, but it starts from this value 71.645, and our slope is 0.8189. So you can also, that's another question there. So in this other place, I'm just going to talk about a box and whisker plot. So let me say I have like random values of 22. So here also we can decide to plot a box and whisker diagram. It is under this scatter chart. So you just click on more charts, I think, box and whisker here. So we can see our box and whisker plot. This here tells us the minimum value, this first arrow here. So if you look at this here, the minimum value is equals mean 45. So that's where this starts from. And then this first place, like after this dash, the next dash is the first quartile value. And we can also use the quartile function to check for our first quartile or third quartile value. So we can use the quartile function, quartile exe. Exe returns the quartile of a data set based on percentile values from zero exclusive.
Please, ma,
Sorry, yeah?
can you please zoom, can you please zoom what you are doing a little? We can't. I can't see it properly.
Sorry, can you see it now?
Yes, it's better.
Okay. So if you want to use inclusive, I think you have to consider the median value. Normally, first quartile just tells us like when you split your data, you have the median value, and then you take the other left section and right section, and then you now split that left section again and find the median value kind of stuff. That's what like first quartile is all about. And then third quartile will be like splitting the right side of the data distribution. So here we're going to use the exclusive function, and then we're going to select our data, and comma 1 is saying the first quartile, and here you can see 2 means the median value, and third quartile is 3. So we can see that our first quartile is 58, and if you kind of trace this bottom here, it's kind of 58, like the value is 58, and then the median value here too, we know how to use median, we just do equals to median, and I think that should be like 60 something. Then the third quartile is 70, and our maximum value here is 80. So you guys might be wondering, what does this x value mean? This is telling us the mean of our data. So um let me see, what's the mean? 63.4. So if we trace it, okay, yeah, we can even see it here, 63.4. Don't know. Yeah. So that's our mean value. You can also decide to like remove it if you don't want to see it. Format, is it format data series, and then you unselect the show mean marker, and then that's it. And then sometimes we might have an outlier. So let me say we have a very big value like 543, and if small value like 2. So let me So like because of this 543 kind of made our data down. That means our mean is like this x is showing us our mean, and it's not even like within the data distribution because of this value. So let me reduce it a bit. Like when you see dots outside your box and whisker plot, it tells us that there's an outlier in a data set. So we can decide to like remove the outlier point like I showed you earlier on. Like you could remove the main point, so you can also remove like the outlier point. So let me look at another. Okay, so I want to look at a pie chart also. Let me say we have a sales. Let's say we have a salesperson column, and we have the revenue to generate. So so let's say we want to plot a pie chart here. We just, like I said, select your data, go to insert pie chart. So we have different kind of charts here. We also have like the donut chart. So it depends on your preference and how you want to use the data. And but this 3D pie is usually not advisable to use it because sometimes you can't really like see which, like now here you can't really tell who generates the most income. Sometimes you might have like very close values and you can't really like tell. So people just use a 2D pie or a donut pie. So here we have like, that's how you use a pie chart. And like I said, you can decide to play around and add different styles, add your title name and all. And you can even, let me see, sorry. I'm actually trying to sort it to see to arrange it from descending order, is it, or ascending order? Descending, yes. But I don't know why I'm meant to select this sort and filter option here, but it's not showing. Sometimes also you can decide to change your chart type by right clicking on your previous chart and click on any chart you want. Let me see, bar. Yeah, so you guys can actually just play around with all these visualization tools. It's not very complex like that. You can just like explore it. Yeah, I know this session was not like very, very detailed and it was kind of all around, but next session when Israel takes the visualization part is going to explain some stuff better. So that is everything for today. I don't know if any of you have any question. Are we clear with this? You guys can interact with the chat box. Okay. Okay, so I think that's it for today. We're going to meet on Tuesday, and Israel will be taking that class. And I think on Thursday, I'm going to tell you guys how your final project will be, so you guys can actually work on another real data set. So that's it for today. I'll see you guys next class. Bye.